All right, December 20. Corbin number 4.
Mr. Justice, please explain yourself. No.
Alternatively, go fuck yourself. It's very simple.
I have nearly enough screen time in this game, and I want mine too.
I had never considered that. Please continue.
It's very simple. There isn't much to explain. The defendant, Miss Athena Sykes, might not be innocent. What are you talking about? The case from 7 years ago has been settled. I'm not talking about the past here. I'm talking about the present case. It's still not clear who killed Clay Terran.
But, Apollo, why would you?
Miss Sykes, please listen quietly to what I have to say.
Excuse me? No! Fuck off!
That's one of those how to politely say shut the fuck up to your boss.
What in the world is Apollo trying to do? Your Honor, please allow me a little of the court's time.
No one cares about your dead friend. He wasn't even a character.
Damn. God damn.
Got his ass.
But this is a trial for the case from 7 years ago.
Miss Blackwell, I'd like to ask a favor of you. Just as you lost someone close to you, I lost someone close to me, too. I'm sure you want to know the real truth of what happened as much as I do.
Apollo. Sure. You know I'm all for the truth. Now let's see you expose the princess's guilt.
Aura, fucking get over it. She was a child. She's arguably still a child. Act like an adult.
Judge, I give my permission. Continue with the trial.
Very well. Is that all right with you, Prosecutor Edgeworth?
The prosecution has no objections. Let's hear Mr. Justice's testimony. I'll have the police's investigation report brought immediately.
Not you too, Edgeworth. I really hope it's because you have something up your sleeve.
Very well. Your opening statement, please, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
Again.
As you wish. Let's review the case of the murder of Mr. Clay Terran. It was made clear in the previous trial that Solomon Starbuck was not his killer. Therefore, the true culprit was someone else. On that day, this culprit waited for the astronauts in boarding Longe 1. When the two men made their escape out of the Space Museum, the killer attacked Mr. Terran with the same type of knife that was used 7 years ago. Objection! The murderer then escaped into the Space Museum. Next, Director Yuri Cosmos switched to the launch pads. After that, the culprit exited the Space Museum and escaped via boarding Longe 2. Therefore, this trial must make clear who Mr. Terran's true killer was. In other words, we must discover who it was that escaped through the Space Museum that day.
Thank
Hey,
you,
guys.
Prosecutor Edgeworth.
Hey guys,
Yeah?
Yeah.
why didn't you tell me I've been wearing my jacket inside out for the entire day?
Pridge, I had no idea. I can barely see apart from your shoulders, but that's really funny.
Because Pridge, you are a fashion icon, so I thought it was purposeful.
Yeah.
You're a trendsetter.
That's
Give me a second
incredibly
here.
funny. That's incredibly funny. Supernova in the chat said, I didn't want to be rude.
Damn.
Alright, well, what's that? So,
Well, we got to start the stream over, Zach.
All right.
So,
Happy Leif Erikson Day, everybody.
yeah,
Dinga
Yinga Dinga Durgan.
Thank you, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Mr. Wright, is the defense ready?
Yes, Your Honor. I better rearrange my evidence. Oh, they're fucking dumping more evidence. Hell yeah.
Now then, Mr. Justice, your testimony, if you please.
Boy. Okay. Apollo, what the fuck are you doing here? I suspected Miss Sykes of the murder of Mr. Clay Terran. My growing suspicions were confirmed when this incriminating evidence presented itself. In addition, she's the only one who could have utilized the launchpad switch to escape. That is why I wish to indict Miss Sykes on the charge of murder.
Order! Order in the court! Mr. Justice, you realize you are charging your own co-worker with murder, don't you?
Yes, Your Honor, because that is the conclusion my investigation has led me to.
Damn, Apollo, you're fucking useless without us, huh?
Apollo, you're being a real dick right now, man. What the fuck, bro? But, Apollo, why? How could you suspect me too?
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. I don't get it. Just what did you find out over the past few days to make you think this? Suspected Athena.
I feel like the most important thing was she's the only one who could have done the thing.
Yeah, that's also what I
Also,
thought.
what incriminating evidence did you find?
Just the lighter.
The lighter.
Oh.
They talked about the lighter, and that's the thing that got solved.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, there's
It's
Athena
like, yeah,
prints on
whatever.
it in the victim's
And it has
blood.
Athena's print.
Oh, we got phony Fanties back in our evidence here. Holy shit. Emergency
Hey!
ladder. Horus statement. Okay, yeah, so this is the evidence from the last case. Almost everything we learned from the last case is not important.
Yep.
We'll just start pressing. That's the lighter that was found in the Space Museum with her fingerprints on it, right? But even if it seems decisive, there must be other facts we don't know about yet. If that's so, go ahead and prove it then. Look, honestly, I don't want to believe it's true either, but Miss Sykes was the only one who was in the Space Museum at the time of the murder. Mr. Justice, Miss Sykes had absolutely no motive to kill Mr. Terran.
Objection!
7 years ago, Miss Sykes lived at the Cosmos Space Center. It wouldn't be strange if she had some kind of connection to him. I mean,
Some kind of connection.
honestly,
Just any kind is a motive for murder.
Apollo.
honestly, it's kind of wild that you don't know her at this point, Apollo. Like, didn't know her before this. If we want to get technical. Besides,
Okay.
don't give him this sprite for this line of thought. Like, this is like, eh. Besides, sometimes people kill for motives we can't even imagine. I know you've seen plenty of cases like that in your own career, Mr. Wright.
Not really. Every case I do, there actually ends up being a really clear motive.
Yeah.
I still can't
No one
believe
just kind of
this.
kills indiscriminately for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How can you actually
We've seen some
suspect
stupid
Athena?
motives.
Well, except for Joe Dark, but we don't actually interact with that character.
Well, Joe Dark had a rough day, okay?
Yeah.
One bad day.
One bad day.
How can you actually suspect Athena, Apollo? She's the only one who could have utilized the launch pad switch. Why don't you talk more about that? Isn't it possible... Oh, that's Apollo's voice. Isn't it possible that somebody else used that same route to escape? I'm afraid not, Mr. Wright. Why not? Recall that there's a security camera in boarding Lounge 1 aimed at the launch pad door. It's the camera that captured Mr. Terran and Mr. Starbuck. There's also another security camera in boarding Lounge 2. It recorded Mr. Terran's killer, or rather, Miss Sykes, coming out of the Space Museum. A camera in boarding Lounge 2? First I've heard of it, but it makes sense. Athena said she had snuck into the Space Museum the night before the incident, and then was overcome and passed out until noon the next day.
I was out until about noon of the next day. I didn't even know about the explosions. When I woke up, nobody was around, so I just went out into boarding Lounge 2.
It must have been when the camera captured her. And that's what made Apollo suspect her even more. But wait a minute. In that case, it most likely recorded the true culprit as well. Objection! She's the only one. That's a negative on that one too, Mr. Wright. In the footage taken after the incident, Miss Sykes is the only one who appears. What? Why?
Order! Order in the court!
That can't be. But if it is, then it's incredibly incriminating.
Wasn't it you who proved in the previous trial that the way the true culprit escaped was via the Space Museum after the pads had been switched?
Kat in the chat said, but did you rewind it though? Did you rewind the footage
we definitely
first?
did it this time, right, guys?
Yeah!
Guys?
Right!
Guys?
A fact you previously proved turned on its ear, leaving your client high and dry. I must say, that is vintage Phoenix Wright.
Textbook Phoenix. Alright. Might just be a all presser or something.
Press everything.
Yeah.
He hasn't really given us much to go off
He
here.
really hasn't. Leaving your client to the end is a basic principle of good defense.
Also, Apollo, I don't see you smiling.
Shouldn't you extend that same principle to your own coworker? You're probably right. Maybe I'm not even fit to be a lawyer. However, I don't care! This case is special to me! Clay was my friend. And that's why I just have to know the truth!
Who's this Clay guy everyone keeps talking about?
Apollo suspected his trusted co-worker of killing his friend. To dispel his doubts, he investigated on his own, but that only led to more doubts. Apollo must have been really struggling with this. Well, Apollo may have doubts, but... I'll say it again. Athena Sykes isn't the murderer. And I have only one thing to say. Evidence is everything in court. Well, Mr. Wright, think you have the concrete proof to knock down my arguments? His points of contention are the fingerprints on the lighter and the escape route, huh? Apollo knows how I operate, so I can't use my usual tactics on him of making shit up. Looks like the only thing I can do here is press him for more information. I mean, again, I feel like this is nothing, but it's the only one we haven't pressed.
Hold it!
What first made you suspicious of Miss Sykes? It all started when Miss Sykes and I were investigating the crime scene. When she saw the weapon that killed Mr. Terran.
She's like, oh, hey, that's my knife.
My bracelet reacted. She said she'd never seen the knife before, but my bracelet told me otherwise. And then, every time after that, my bracelet would react when she talked about the case.
Yeah, Dog, were you not here with the entire thing where she realized she was hiding memories of the past at the space station we didn't know about?
Trauma.
Were you not in the audience?
Poor Apollo must have been beside himself during that investigation. I didn't know what to do or think. I couldn't even sleep. That condition...
Okay, well, double-up question. When she said she didn't murder Clay, did your
bracelet go off? Yeah, that's very important.
Because we can explain the other ones. If it's not going off for this one, then just shut up and leave us alone.
Yeah. In that condition, I knew I wouldn't be any good in court. Also, I got blown up yesterday, or 2 days ago, I don't know. So I decided to wear an eye patch so I wouldn't be able to... Oh! Wait, so your eye isn't really hurt? Okay.
Does he need 2 eyes to perceive tell?
My left
Sure.
eye is actually blind always.
That's not his question. Was that ever an established thing, or...?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, this is just giving him a thing.
A little...
Yeah. It's a thing.
So I decided to wear an eye patch so I wouldn't be able to perceive any of her tells. So that's why Apollo is acting so strangely. But the reason Miss Sykes unconsciously reacted to the knife that way is because she stabbed her mother's murderer with one identical to it 7 years ago.
Objection!
But that knife is also the murder weapon that was used to kill Clay Terran. My bracelet could have also reacted to her because she knew she was his killer too. I guess he has a point. My bracelet wasn't the only reason I became suspicious of her.
Bro, what's this obsession with your jewelry, man? You gotta get off of that.
Your arguments have been very clear, Mr. Justice. And your facts appear to be indisputable.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think of my theory?
It's not a game theory. I'll tell you that much.
That's for damn sure. It looks like not even you can deny it. Miss Sykes was the only one who used the only possible escape route.
Under these circumstances, there can be no other suspect but the defendant.
Man, Phoenix is really living up to the phrase, with friends like these, who needs enemies?
Uh-huh.
Next thing you know, Larry's just going to come through the wall and suplex him. Unless...
And then take his lunch money.
You think there was an alternative escape route? Is that what you think, Mr. Wright?
Is that what you think, Mr. Wright?
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that what you think, Phoenix? Was there an alternative escape route?
Yes.
I guess?
Sure, why not?
It's the
ladder?
Fucking it's the trash chute that we haven't talked about.
Oh, you're right. You're totally right. Yes, of course there must have been. Just don't ask me what.
Nice one there, Phoenix.
You're just bluffing again, aren't you? Me? Bluff? No way. He knows me too well.
It's fine, Mr. Wright. Even a bluff would suit me just fine.
A bluff.
I think it's Apollo.
As long as you can clear up this doubt inside me. Wait, so is that what this is all about? I want to believe in Athena. I really do. But what is faith without doubt? I don't know, ask the fucking Catholic Church, Apollo. That's why I need to question her guilt. So that once the truth finally comes out, I can really fully trust her.
So that you can really trust me?
It seems your junior partner has just showed us what trials are truly about.
I mean, I don't know if that's... but sure. I believe you're right.
We prosecutors painstakingly question every detail in pursuit of the defendant.
While we lawyers believe in and defend our clients to the end.
When both sides go all out against each other, that's when we discover the truth.
Anime.
And that's also when a lot of fan fiction is made. Raunchy kinds, just real smut.
Precisely. And when the battle is over, we will understand the true meaning of trust.
Christmas.
That is exactly what trials are about. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, I couldn't ignore the seed of doubt that was growing inside me. So I decided I needed to face it head on. No matter what the truth is that's waiting ahead, I won't be afraid! That's so like Apollo. Always uber earnest about things like this. Mr. Justice, I vow to dispel every last bit of doubt in your heart. Good! Because I want to believe in Miss Sykes again! You're really hoping there was an alternative route, aren't you, Apollo? But if I use the process of elimination, there really aren't that many possibilities. Director Cosmos was at the southern exit, leaving only the control room and the corridor to the Space Museum. Which door could the culprit have escaped through? Come on, Mr. Wright! Where do you think the culprit escaped to?
Oh, weird.
This
It
is
has
tough
to be the control. It has to be the control room because everyone's like it's locked, but there has to be a way for them to have opened it. That's the only place that someone didn't go.
Wait, no. Couldn't they have gone through the Space Museum corridor? Because it was the Space Museum, so it was fine for them to go that way.
I thought that
Because this is when Yuri Cosmos is still there, so I think they go in there and then flip. Or was this when it was already smoky?
I wish we could see what the green mark is and who that's supposed to be.
It's Yuri, I'm pretty sure.
That's Yuri Cosmos.
Yeah, Yuri Cosmos'
Okay.
body.
So this is them discovering the body. Okay, so this is the moment where what's her name shows up and Yuri Cosmos is in there and starts shooting at Yuri Cosmos.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, wasn't the original thing that the culprit escaped through the Space Museum? I thought that was where they said that the culprit escaped through.
Let's see what happens here. They really only could have escaped through the corridor to the Space Museum. All they had to do was use the unconscious Mr. Starbuck's prince to get through the door.
It appears that all you're trying to establish is Miss Sykes' guilt. If the culprit used that route, the only exit would have been into boarding Langeais 2.
Yeah, but there's some other bullshit.
The logical conclusion of your argument is that the killer is none other than the defendant.
I knew it! That's the only way it could be, huh? If the culprit escaped into the corridor that leads to the Space Museum, then I guess it's true. The only exit would have been into the boarding lounge 2. But Miss Sykes was the only person captured by the boarding lounge 2 security camera. I investigated the crime scene thoroughly. The only place the culprit could have escaped was to the Space Museum corridor.
Oh, I think they're gonna say that when it was moving around, they just like jumped off.
Which is,
And-
I could do that.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
There weren't any other secret corridors or anything.
So that leaves us with no other conclusion to draw but that Athena Sykes was the culprit.
What could the answer be? Was there really no other escape route? But, hold on a second. What if... Oh yeah, there was a leaf there. Where did those mysterious leaves that we saw in the corridor come from?
Yuri Cosmos did really awkwardly say something about not even a leaf being able to slip through.
That's...
After we saw a leaf.
But it's also Leif Erikson Day. I bet he did this.
Oh my god, it was Leif Erikson all along!
I suspected as much.
Hinga-dinga durgan, Mr. Wright. You've discovered my master plan. I was the spy for the Vikings the whole time.
The Viking spy. They had to spy on Japanifornia so they could pillage them at a later date. What if they're a clue to the culprit's real escape route? Hey, I think they are. I think it is possible that the culprit escaped into the Space Museum, but then came out using a route other than into boarding lounge 2. Oh? Launchpad 1 and the Space Museum were switched after the bombing, meaning the Space Museum corridor was moving along the rail at the time. Which is exactly when an alternative escape route opened up for our culprit. Are you kidding me?
Judging by the intense look in your eyes, I take it you're serious. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Do tell. Where could the culprit have gone from the museum corridor besides boarding lounge 2? To the launch site, I guess.
I guess?
I think it's just like the ground, like
That's
anywhere
what-
outside.
Yeah? Okay,
Okay,
yeah, I think that's right. We found something odd while investigating the museum corridor this afternoon. Namely, a few dead leaves on the floor. Considering where dead leaves come from... dead trees...
Daddy, where do dead leaves come from?
I'll tell you when you're older. They point us to exactly where the culprit escaped to. Yes, I remember seeing some leaves myself. Do you mean... Yep. While the Space Museum was in motion, just beyond the corridor's safety door, was an alternative place that the culprit could use to escape. In other words, the culprit's real escape route was... jumping 2 stories.
Outside!
The area outside the Space Center.
You're
Freaking...
Insane!
Freaking... Do you know how possible and impossible that would be? The corridor is level with the 3rd floor! Even if the culprit tried to leap outside the wall of the Space Center building, they would fall to their death! Again, you can survive a 3rd-story fall.
You can, yes.
Yeah, it would just hurt and
You would
break
probably
something.
break a
You'd
leg,
probably break something.
but like, you can survive it.
You could absolutely survive it.
And conveniently, Yuri Cosmos has been riding around on a Segway this
Oh.
whole time.
Because his legs are broken.
He just has a brace holding up both his legs. That's why they never move.
Just absolutely freaking shattered. Just eviscerated.
That's true. And in the chat says Maggie Bird survived a ninth-story fall at 6 months old.
That's true.
Fucking cut to Iron Man 1. Maggie Bird survived a ninth-story fall in 6 months years old. With a box of scraps. Ordinarily, yes. But after the bombing incident, the culprit could make use of a certain item.
And what item was it exactly, Mr. Wright?
All right. This is what the culprit used to leap to the outside wall of the main building. Oh, I mean, I guess probably the ladder.
Yeah, emergency ladder.
What's an item in a video game that makes you don't take fall damage?
Uh,
Trying to think of a good joke, but I can't think of one.
yeah.
He had the Tanuki hat from Mario, so he just, did a raccoon spin.
The actual
Gracefully
answer, the
floated
actual
down.
good answer would be the cat ring from Dark Souls.
Oh, ooh, spicy.
That actually
That
Lower.
kind of works
Kind of helps.
sometimes.
You know, it maybe gives you 20
Let me
more
tell
feet
you,
to
that
fall.
3 stories is way above the death threshold.
Yeah.
I do want the death threshold for
Elden Ring is
falling
pretty
in
good.
that game is pretty unforgiving.
All right, emergency ladder.
An emergency ladder?
There was an emergency ladder in the 4th floor robotics lab, and it was used that day after the explosions to help people evacuate. Miss Blackwell herself used that ladder to go down to the ground level. Recall that the launch pads were switched after the ladder was lowered. Oh shit, so he like running jumped onto the ladder.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool. The corridor would have passed by the ladder while the pads were being switched. And that's when the culprit literally sprang into action. And leapt onto the ladder. What? Who would have imagined?
Fucking Shu Takumi would.
Order! Order in the court! Well, an alternative escape route seems to have emerged.
Which means someone other than Miss Sykes could have been the culprit, right?
Making things up on the fly in an attempt to sway the court again. Are we, Mr. Wright? Your theory has so many holes, it puts Swiss cheese to shame.
Damn, that's pretty funny. Also, Mega Dizzy in the chat
Got him.
says, Shu Takumi would not, in fact, come up with this idea. I don't know what you're talking about. Shu Takumi clearly wrote this game, so I don't know. If you got a problem, take it up with him with a brick, please.
Take it up with the Shoemeister.
All right, then. Name one.
I have here detailed information about the Space Center. According to this,
You suck.
you're a doo-doo head. The distance between the museum corridor and the main building during movement is a full 20 feet.
Okay, he got a running start.
20 feet. You're pulling my leg, right?
In addition, the corridor is 3 floors from the ground, or roughly 50 feet. What's more, the culprit would be leaping to a precarious place. An unstable ladder. Human beings feel fear in dangerous situations. It's a basic
Wow.
survival instinct.
Okay, Edgeworth, yeah.
Any ordinary person would certainly hesitate before jumping.
Oh, hey, Edgeworth? Remember how our spy
Yes.
doesn't feel fear?
Or even freeze in fear and not jump at all.
I love that you just brought up fear like 27 times in those last 3 sentences, because I'm about to dunk on you. But the culprit had just murdered someone. They weren't in an ordinary state of mind.
Sure, the adrenaline really kicks in after you commit murder.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, why would they have taken that kind of risk? Waggle, waggle. They could have waited for the switch to be completed and escape to boarding Lounge 2.
Objection!
Because there was a security camera in boarding Lounge 2. The culprit knew they would be recorded if they left the Space Museum that way.
Objection!
In that case, the culprit could have hidden in the museum until things settled down, and then blended in with the other people after the museum was opened.
That's a good point.
But you claim that, despite all this, the culprit took a 20-foot death-defying leap. And all in the brief moment the corridor and ladder passed by each other.
That's also a good point.
Maybe they just based like that.
They would have needed a running start while the corridor was moving to make that jump. If their timing was off, or if they couldn't jump far enough, it would have been instant death. What kind of person would attempt something like that?
Stop bringing up good points, Edgeworth!
This true culprit of yours is nothing but a figment of your imagination.
Why do you always have to point out every flaw? They're having a fight. Mr. Edgeworth's right. That does sound pretty insane. The culprit would have to be someone who feels no fear. Kind of like our culprit. Like a stuntman. But everyone feels fear on some level, except for our culprit.
Damn it!
Right?
God damn it!
Wait a minute.
There you go, Phoenix. You got there.
I've got it this time.
Our culprit didn't feel fear.
I can prove that there is someone who could have used this alternate escape route.
Oh, can you now?
This proves the possibility of a person who could have used this alternative escape route.
It's the chart of his emotions.
Oh, there it is, yeah. He doesn't experience feelings like normal people do.
Take that!
What's that, Mr. Wright?
It really smells.
I was going to say, why does it smell terrible? This is a certain person's very interesting psych profile. The subject, quote, doesn't experience feelings like normal people do. In other words, this person doesn't feel happiness, sadness, or fear. Doesn't feel
horny.
fear. Doesn't
This
feel
guy's
horny.
never hard.
Right! You can't be serious!
Without the constraint of fear.
Edgeworth, I was giving you the benefit of the doubt and thinking that
You were pushing
like,
us that
helping
direction?
us.
Me too.
Yeah, yeah, but you just were like, no way.
Wait a minute, what? He could easily do what an ordinary person wouldn't dare. Just as you or I could do a broad jump on the ground without the slightest fear. This subject could make a 20-foot leap 50 feet up in the air. He could choose this extreme way of escaping without hesitation. So you're saying that to a person without fear, the alternative route would be quicker and eliminate the chance they'd be spotted? That's definitely pretty extreme, Mr. Wright.
But was there such a person there at the scene?
Yes, the Phantom, that mysterious shadowy figure who keeps popping up.
Oh dear.
The Phantom. Again?
I knew the Phantom was there behind the scenes of the Space Center bombing, but I wasn't sure if he was connected to the murder of Clay Terran as well. Oh, shit, this music. There's like actual vocals. However, now it's all clear. The Phantom is the one who not only bombed the Space Center, but also killed Mr. Terran. What?
Order in the court! Order, I say! Mr. Wright, please continue.
There were just too many similarities between this case and the one from 7 years ago. But why, you may ask? It can only be because both incidents were the works of the same Phantom. So then this Phantom is the one who killed Clay? But who is he? This Phantom has been haunting this case, pulling the strings in the background. Who could this unidentified international spy be?
Yeah, baby, yeah! It's me! I got me mojo back. Right. This escape route must have been a part of the Phantom's plan from the start. As was tricking Director Cosmos into switching the launch pads. The bomb on the second floor was meant to make the elevators and stairs unusable. That's why he gave advance warning and planted the bombs where he did.
Yes, I think you're right. But it doesn't explain this one last thing.
So I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. But it was such a pain. Why couldn't they have used the ladders in the other rooms?
The robotics lab wasn't the only room with an emergency ladder. But he couldn't have made that leap unless he was certain which one it would be. So, you mean the Phantom must be someone who knew that particular ladder was going to be used? That's right.
Who could it be?
Wait a minute.
So I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective leading... Oh, it's Aura.
It's Aura. I'm mad that they said it because I was like, it's cool that we're realizing it, but again, shout out to you, Dual Destinies, for telling me everything.
Uh-huh.
Miss Blackwell lowered the ladder after being told to by the detective leading the... Ah! You've gotta be kidding me!
Did you figure it out right? Do you know who the Phantom is?
Yes, I do. Who is it? Who killed Clay? Our mystery spy, known as the Phantom, is none other than Juniper.
Juniper Woods.
We're finally gonna get
Yeah. You can't
just-
keep getting away with this,
you. I know, you've been
Juniper.
It was
escaping for so
Fucking
long.
Wonka.
Clonko. He was tired of getting beat up by Aura, so he decided to kill Clay.
Hey, no, it was Bobby Fulbright. Bridge, how you feel about the
Oh,
Swiss?
Shit.
I mean, I'm surprised they didn't reveal because he's going to be revealed to be one of the three people who first found
Yeah.
Metis's body.
Yeah,
kinda
it
wish
would have
they
been a
did
lot
that.
better if that's...
I'm surprised that reveal wasn't first to better
Yeah.
set this up. Because I thought what was going to happen is we were going to break for him to tell us that and then reconvene with that information.
Yeah, I kind of thought they were going to be like
It would have been...
the people. Only three people it could have been: Bobby Fulbright, Candace Arm, and other third cop who were going to give a name now and maybe think that it's him. But And then they could have
Yeah,
been like,
no.
oh, he just left the country like yesterday. That's weird, huh? And then be like, oh no, it's not him.
There's one piece of evidence that I know that we get later that I was like, oh, that's how we know. But I forgot that we learned this way.
Yeah.
But I agree, Pritch. I think it would have been cooler if it was like, they're like, the 3 people who were there, one of them was this guy. And it'd be like, oh, fuck. Because I think having like instead of like a very slow, drawn out reveal when the player gets it, and then it's like, okay, I get it. You've kind of just like given me the answer, rather than just like, here's the answer, it's a surprise, boo. That way it's like, whoa, oh fuck.
Yeah. All right. Let's indict this son of a bitch.
Get his ass.
Get him.
After the explosions, a member of the staff crossed paths with a certain detective.
I was on duty on the 4th floor. It was quite the madhouse, I tell you.
As for the
This music
detective
is
who
so
was
spooky.
leading the evacuation from the 4th floor, he had a very specific objective in mind.
And so I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective leading the investigation told me to.
His objective was to secure his own escape route. I actually love that idea, that the entire reason he set this thing off was just to give himself an escape route.
Yeah. I don't know who said this actually.
think
We
this is
lowered
still
an
Laura,
emergency
but-
ladder from a 4th floor window and escaped that way. Once everyone else got out safely, I made my way down too and headed to the shelter.
This is a detective you all know. He's even the lead detective on the current case.
You know him. You love him.
He appears to be a very emotional man, but his psych profile says he is without emotion.
Take that!
What? Are you saying?
You mean the Phantom is...
Detective Bobby Fulbright?
Exactly. We were all taken in by his fake persona. Detective...
Persona.
I was like, should I pause for y'all to make a persona joke? Detective Fulbright's real identity is the Phantom.
Well, you never asked me what my middle name was. It's Bobby Phantom Fulbright.
My parents, when they were
Order!
married, called me Robert Phantom.
You guys know my
Order.
cousin Danny, right?
Order! Order in the court! Mr. Wright! How could this be?
That's easy, Your Honor. Detective Fulbright was leading the 4th floor evacuation effort. Our first clue is that he made no attempt to have any other ladder put to use. The ladder in the robotics lab is the only one he ordered to be lowered, which, to be fair, he could have had all of them lowered. It would have just given him more opportunities. But
Yeah.
sure.
And taking a lot more suspicion off of him.
Yeah, honestly. The second is that he directed everybody to the basement shelter via this ladder. Verily. What?
Verily.
Go get your fucking loot
Alright.
and play me a song. I don't know.
'Twas all a part of thou yonder villain's plan to create an escape route.
After Detective Fulbright saw to it that the ladder was lowered from the robotics lab, he went to the Lounge, where he killed Clay Terran and escaped into the Space Museum. The museum started moving slowly, so he waited for the right time, got a running start, and
Wahoo!
just as the corridor was passing by the ladder, he leaped onto it.
I don't believe it. That addle-pated detective did all that?
Fucking addle-pated. Hell
Good
yeah,
word.
let's go.
Good.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
that's a $5 word.
Was it really him? I mean, all this time, I thought... Yes? Sorry, we didn't catch your name.
My name? I'm Bobby Fulbright, the heroic detective who defends our good citizens from evil. The champion of justice who comes running whenever you're in need. And my catchphrase? It's "In Justice We Trust."
And my catchphrase, I'll kill you and steal your state secrets.
I forget. Do we ever find out, or does it ever
You really should have
imply...
realized something was wrong with him when he started using that catchphrase. Don't know how he didn't think of that.
That was really good, Fridge.
It's a little
Full marks for
suspicious
that
that he kept saying that.
We just thought it was a funny joke, but... Do we ever find out what nation he's supposed to work for?
I do not think we ever do.
Yeah, I mean, my assumption is that he's from the United States, but just because
Yeah,
I
no,
feel
I
like
have
we would be the ones to.
But
do
in the localization, he's going to be Russian. Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's gonna make up a country. He's gonna be
It's
Virginian.
Virginia. Yeah,
He's a Virginian
exactly.
spy. Ah!
Yeah.
Then
Yep.
his concern for Simon was also all just one big act?
I swore to reform Prosecutor Blackwell and make him a valued member of society again. So I can't just sit by and watch him give in to his emotions and tear the defendant apart.
That monster killed Clay? He had me completely fooled! Come to think of it, he's the one who brought that bloodstained lighter to court too! That scumbag even made me turn on Athena! Damn it! How the hell did I fall for that?
For him to have wormed his way into the police department as well. Ah.
Your Honor, the defense demands to question Detective Bobby Fulbright.
Yes, I agree that we need to hear from him right away. The court will take a short recess, and then Detective Fulbright will take the stand.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. If it wasn't for everything you did, I...
Don't thank me yet. We still have an uphill battle to fight.
If I fuck up all the prompts, you're still gonna get convicted by the judge.
Wait, why?
Don't ask.
You got it, boss.
I feel like a dickbag now. I feel like a
Well,
dickbag
you kinda-
Lily.
Well, you kind of were being a dickbag, Lily.
Apollo?
Well, this is awkward.
Awkward.
You're dead.
It's my ghost. Woo.
Athena, can you do me a favor?
Huh? What is it?
Throw me into the wall. Could you punch me, please?
What? Why should I do that?
Listen, Apollo, I'm not here to yuck your yums, but now's not the time.
Because I should have believed in you. I let the seed of doubt inside me get the best of me. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry that I didn't trust... Ouch!
Don't be such a dope. I was really touched by what you did.
Huh? Now, what are you talking about? I want to believe in Athena. I really do. But what is faith without doubt? That's why I need to question her guilt. So that once the truth finally comes out, I can really fully trust her.
You took the time and effort to genuinely think about who I am and what I'm made of. After all that, how could I punch a true friend like you, Apollo?
But you did just punch me.
You didn't have any trouble
Oh, okay.
slapping him a second ago. Thanks, Athena. And thanks for waking me up to reality again. Yes, I
Whoops,
knew-
there goes gravity.
I was so tempted to say that. Guess I know now who I can call if I ever get sleepy in court.
All right.
Sure, yeah. Athena, go help Joe Biden.
It looks like you have some promising young people working under you.
Edgeworth, what the fuck was that? Edgeworth.
Sorry, I have a cold.
Yeah, I think they're pretty great myself. And they're not afraid to keep me in line.
Anyway, I have some very good news. Aura Blackwill has surrendered, and the hostages have been set free.
Trucy and all the others? Oh, thank goodness.
Well, Trucy said she was having a
Well-
ton of fun, so she wanted to stay.
Yeah. Trucy's not coming back. Ms. Blackwill said she had something she really needed to do.
And the police just
And
let her
we
do
got
that?
reports that 10 more hostages have been kidnapped.
What?
Yeah, she let the first hostages go and then got some new ones. So I granted her special permission to do what she must.
Why?
Yeah, what?
Why would you do that?
I wonder what it is. Oh.
Oh, hi.
Miss
Oh, hi.
Blackwell!
I didn't come to apologize, if that's what you're thinking.
At this point, I definitely wasn't.
My actions are what allowed the truth of what happened 7 years ago to come to light.
Okay,
So,
well-
I came here for you to say thank you. But I did come because I had something to say to all of you.
Or it sounded like you were trying to say the ends justify the means, and again, I will remind
Don't
our viewers,
do it, Aura.
if you're saying that, you might be a bad person.
Miss Aura.
She better not be here to complain about something.
Yap, yap, yap. That's all she does.
Ms. Blackwill, I want to apologize to you. The fact that you couldn't trust the court system is our fault.
Yeah, I know that already. Yes, it's true the courts are filled with incompetent idiots. Still, I suppose I could let you handle the rest of this case for me.
Oh, Miss Aura. Does this mean you're starting to trust the system again?
So sorry, and how
No.
I recommend against it?
No, of course not. Be quiet, hunk of junk.
I'm starting to like it when she hits me.
Don't lie.
Aw,
You always
Clunko got a happy ending. It's just, I wouldn't mind if you were the ones who took Metis's killer down.
Leave it to us! We'll get him! So I guess that means she's starting to trust us, at least. Hey, you're here too.
Can't they take the cuffs off of you?
I started to like them.
Oh, you got a happy ending as well. Everybody learned a little about
Yes.
themselves that day.
My character arc is that I like handcuffs. Nothing else. Aura.
Simon, I'm so glad both you and the princess were cleared of all suspicion.
I don't believe you about the second part.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And it's all thanks to me and my robots. You better be grateful.
I never imagined you would go that far, though you always were extreme. But I don't recall ever requesting your help.
As closed as ever, I see. Well, now that you've been released, I guess it's my turn to go live in the slammer.
I want Aura to be like, why? All these 7 years, you've acted like you've had a stick up your ass, brother. Well, I've had something else up my ass.
Funny thing about that, Aura.
I just hope you're not the prosecutor for my trial.
That would
Probably
be a
give me the
conflict
death
of
penalty.
interest.
You know me all too well.
I guess love can bloom on the battlefield. I guess love can take on a variety of expressions, including stunted in their case. Jesus fucking Christ, Phoenix.
But I truly was about to be executed tomorrow.
I thought it was later today.
Case 1-4 and Case 5 happen on the same day. Or the second day of Case 1-4 and Case 1-5.
Yeah, that's weird.
It is,
Okay.
yeah.
What? I mean, I'll be curious to see what time it says it is. But
Yeah.
if it's still like in the morning,
This is the longest single day in all of Ace Attorney.
okay.
No, because of you, it looks like I won't be crossing the Styx just yet.
What was that?
You have my heartfelt thanks, Aura. I'm sorry I caused you so much anguish.
Simon.
I was gonna say, did she get a crying sprite? Aww.
I'm so glad, Simon. So very glad to hear you say that.
Aura.
All right. That's enough of that. Bailiff, take me to the detention center.
What Miss Blackwell did was inexcusable. But it's clear she did it out of love for her brother.
I still can't wrap my mind around Detective Fulbright being the Phantom.
I can't believe he killed Clay!
Right. And murdered my mentor, which brought great distress upon little Athena. Chief Prosecutor.
Yes.
Oh, do we switch back to Blackwell for the rest of this case?
I would ask a favor. Would you allow me to stand at the prosecutor's bench for this trial? I wish to claim the Phantom's head by my own hand.
That was my plan all along. After all, it's highly unconventional for a man of my position to stand in court.
Sir,
The formal paperwork has yet to be filed, but you are hereby conditionally released. Please take the prosecutor's bench in your official capacity and uncover the truth by your own hand.
I'm much obliged.
Boobs.
The day to part with these has come at last. Chief Prosecutor, could you?
Honestly, why don't you just do it yourself? You're really good at it.
I want Edric to electrocute him. Oh, sorry, you didn't mean that, did
Wrong
you?
button, my bad.
How long have I waited? Maybe it's the sense of freedom, but even the air seems fresher, the light brighter, the full brighter,
Hey.
and I will relish slashing that blackguard Fulbright to shreds without mercy.
Hell yeah. I don't have to be able to read his heart to see how happy he is.
I'm so glad, but I won't cry just yet. After all, we've still got a trial to finish. No,
Mitsurugi.
we don't, because everyone we're defending has already been cleared. Our job's done. We should go home now.
It's okay to cry, Athena. I promise. Prosecutor Blackwell, Mr. Wright, please avenge Clay's death for me. What are you talking about, Apollo? You're coming to the defense's bench with me. I am!
Defending.
Well, I can't expect Athena to assist me. Now, can I? She's the defendant. That leaves you, Apollo.
Of what? Wait, what trial is Athena the defendant of? The
Don't-
informal one that's
Clay,
over?
Clay Terran. Clay Terran's
Yeah,
murder.
Don't worry about it, Pridge.
Let's go home. We're done now.
Are you sure you want me? I took a leave of absence and everything. Well, our office is pretty short-handed. And you're all I've got. And the toilet's fucking backed up. Thank you, Mr. Wright!
Apollo.
Athena, I can say it with all my heart now. I believe in your complete innocence, and now we're going to prove it to the world!
We already did.
Yeah, we kind of already did.
Thank you, Apollo. I know you can do it.
Oh, anime.
You won't be needing that eye patch anymore, right? Right, because I'm fine now.
He said the thing.
Apollo, that's a jacket.
Apollo, put your pants back on.
Apollo, what are you doing? Put your shirt back on. Apollo, no!
I started working for the Chip and Dales.
The law office is a Chippendale. That's your Rangers.
Now this is the Apollo I know.
Welcome back, Apollo.
It's almost time for the trial to restart. Though it looks like you have things well in hand.
Yup.
I should head back to the prosecutor's office.
You're not gonna stay?
Yeah, what?
But why?
I want to look into a few things. Namely,
New
The
Steel
new episode
Samurai.
of Steel Samurai.
Oh. Okay, so he's gonna come back in and be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
objection! Later and
Be like
show us.
Fulbright
that.
is
Okay.
one of the jabronis.
yeah, the first people on the scene 7 years ago, the facial data registered by the robot, and Detective Fulbright's background.
Sounds great, Edgeworth. Thanks.
I expect to be repaid with a victory, Wright, and some other things to be discussed later. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Okay, you two all set to go? You bet I am!
Let's do this.
This is it. The final battle. Again. Again. Again?
The final battle.
murder of Apollo's friend. The courtroom bombing incident.
Who knocked over Yuri Cosmos' sandwich?
Good callback. And the case that ushered in the dark age of the law 7 years ago.
You know he doesn't.
You know I don't. Destiny has called us to bring the one responsible for it all to justice today.
Hey. Okay, it's late in the day.
Yeah. All right, I think
That's perfect.
Folks, that is gonna do it for the penultimate stream of Ace Attorney Dual Destinies with an actual lawyer. Again, if you want to catch the final, tune in Wednesday to see us do it all live. Beat Bobby Fulbright, the Phantom, and we'll be back. Well, yeah, I just said that. We'll be back then. Support us on patreon.com/SaveDataTeam if you can. But until then, stick around for art because court is adjourned. Lupin with a piece of Capcom Cafe art that gave Trucy the cutest look, and I had to draw it for her. Yeah, I like this fit a lot. The like sparkly black dress, but still having her like same motif. Very, very cool. This was great. Like, you did a really good job with this. Riley Lung Thief. Hi, y'all. I was imagining an alternative version of this case where Phoenix had to ask Edgeworth to prosecute instead of Aura asking him, and it made me laugh because, like, how do you even explain that? Hi, honey. Is there any chance you can come prosecute this case from 7 years ago? There's a robot uprising, and they're holding my daughter hostage.
Is that Mr. Edgeworth? Tell him I said hi.
Pearl says hi.
Hello, Pearls.
That's so true. Sebastian with Verathena for the Ace Attorney Yuri Rare Pairs Week. The Athena redesign. Also, Franziska is in an AU where everyone is fashion designers. Hell yeah. Aww. Yo, I love fucking Vera. Shout out to Vera. Ooh, I like the Athena redesign too. The tie is really, really cool.
Yeah, her pants.
And the sneaks and the pants. And very important. You gotta have pants on Athena.
Like, come on.
And the measuring tape fashion designer Franziska is very good. Opal with here's Robin Newman in different outfits and styles because we stand gender euphoria in this house. Yeah. I love that. I love
Robin.
The polka dots in different sizes. Oh yeah, because you can see her arms. You can actually notice the bracelet, the armband.
The band
of friendship. Infamously dorky with if I don't see the stream, I blame Milton for making the power knockout. In the meantime, enjoy Silly Gam. Yeah, that's really good.
Hell yeah.
I love the pose.
Yeah.
Just a random idiot with redrew this drawing of Maya and Susato adopting each other as an ancestor and descendant. My time travel AU second image is one from 3 years ago. Yeah, oh my gosh. I remember this drawing. And like the glow up, the absolute glow up is bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
Like you've become so good at shading and like just the use of color and everything. The hair. Awesome. This is so good. Hell yeah, just a random idiot.
Yeah.
Lady Lockhart with here are a couple of my Celestial AU, which is inspired by constellations and zodiac signs, though disclaimer, the zodiacs were based on vibes and personality, not birthday. Here's Franziska as Pablo the Peacock.
Really?
Oh, I really like that. Athena as Leo. That totally makes sense for her personality, and I love it. I love the design. Aged up Pearl as Pisces. Very, very cool. Hell yeah, I love the double pretzel. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Olive with major spoilers for Dual Destinies cleaned up a doodle I did from back when I first finished this game. Are we good to look at this one, Ross?
Yeah,
Okay.
That's totally fine.
I know what you are.
Really? She can't have figured it out. She can't have realized I'm the Phantom.
He's so in love with Simon.
I love
Yo.
Widget's face at the bottom.
I was gonna
where
say-
Widget's just like,
Also, again, Athena with the blazer, full-length blazer, the tie, and Widget is her belt now. I love that. Reaper, also known as Gay Skeleton now. Oof, I'm in agony. I wanted to animate the Something's Wrong with Mom scene. I did this 3 days and my hands hurt. Also, content warning for blood. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness. The detail on this. Oh, the blood drop! Oh my god, that's so good!
yeah, that is good.
What? That's bonkers good! Oh my god. Hell yeah, Reaper. Please rest, your watch has ended. Relax those hands. Jasper with hello, I haven't been active in the Discord for a hot minute, but I was keeping up with the streams, and since I finally cosplayed Panda Man, I thought I'd share him here for the almost finale of the game. Wore him to a convention last weekend and had a blast, and courtesy to my bestie for the pics. This is so good! The fucking feather, the hair, the fact that you got the actual, like, dark eyes, like, done the exact way they look in the game.
Yeah.
Whoa, the fucking chains, too, also look really fucking thick.
Yeah, very cool.
These are so good. What the fuck? Yes, with after so much time, I finally made my Emma cosplay. The con was fun. 2 people recognized me, which I didn't expect. Costume and wig could still use more work, but I'm happy nonetheless. Yeah. No, this looks so good. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I
mean,
love
that's
this.
That's Emma right there.
Tip to toe. That's an Emma. Yeah, and the glasses are fucking perfect. Like, amazing. May I fit in guard, but today's articles are... spoiler for Ace Attorney 6 character, nothing actually spoilery. Last week I went to a Comic-Con Guatemala as Rafa. I was supposed to have knitted all of it, but when creative burnout gets you, it gets you good. Anyways, here's the only photos I have from that convention.
Yeah,
Oh my god,
that's
what?
awesome. That's so good.
This looks incredible.
Yeah, that, like, kudos on the makeup and the hair.
Yeah.
Those are awesome.
I mean, the hair for this character is fucking anime as shit,
Yeah.
which means nonsensical.
Yeah.
This is so good.
Yeah, that's
Hell
so
yeah.
cool.
Also, you're next to a literal spring trap in one of those pictures, which is very funny to me.
Crazy. Hey, listen.
Oh my god, you're also
That's-
next to a
that's-
fucking imperfect cell.
Yo!
That's incredible. Scott with, I was too tired to draw more, but I woke up last night and realized people always draw Pess as some expensive and high maintenance dog. One of my own mind's eye, Pess is a really cute looking dachshund that Miles immediately fell in love with as soon as he saw her. I imagine Miles Edgeworth's sophisticated man walking a dog that looks like it's an Elton John cosplay, and immediately was like, that has to be canon. Oh my god. Wow, the fucking Elton John heart sunglasses. Fucking incredible.
You're not permitted to talk to me or my daughter ever.
Oh my god. I love this. I love this so much, Scott. John Constance with West requested it last stream, so here's a Leif Erikson comic.
Yeah! Woo!
I feel like in honor of you, you have to be doing the gumshoe of Hinga Dinga.
Yeah, okay. Hinga dinga durgan, Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
Oh, good. Is it time already for you to ruin my day, Gumshoe?
John Constance with one more at it. 1, 2, 3.
You missed your chance to run, so now you're out of time! This HH3000 is about to explode!
I forgot the dash. That was really funny, actually. That was really good.
It's just
The way you edited the explode.
It's the casual nature that you say.
You forgot the dash.
Fuck!
Toon IRL with wow, Leif Erikson Day and an Ace Attorney stream. What is it, my birthday? Oh wait, yes it is! Happy birthday, Toon IRL.
Oh shit.
I made some celebratory Among Us Edgeworths because he's my new favorite Ace Attorney character. Also, send your lawyer to Club Penguin. Wow. Fucking
Leaf Erikson, Among Us, Edgeworth.
That's 3 hats
That
on
is-
top of each other, but it somehow works.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Also, him in the boat shooting Robert Hammond, and it becomes the Dead Among Us, like cut in half instantly. It's really funny.
That's really good. That's very funny.
Also, Club Penguin Phoenix is immaculate. The fact that the attorney's badge also has the little things on it, great detail. Amazing detail. Panic Pang with I lied, more drawings. Okay, so Casa Cerrado is hosted in Miami, but it is Spanish and it's just a court drama now. Good luck with the Spanish. I don't know how good your Spanish was.
Not at all.
Respete para que lo respeten.
Respect to be respected. And I just want to see them emotional about finally talking to each other again. I'm so sorry. I wasn't.
It's okay, Apollo. I missed you too.
No. Saf with y'all know the Capcom Cafe thing that came out last week? Yeah, so I added Athena because they left her out again. Incredible. I love this. The way you drew like the pleated skirt on this and the rings, the pose. Very adorable. Oh my god. Genuinely, the second image I thought was the official image. And it is, but you added yours in and it fucking looks indistinguishable. Like I just assumed that was real. That's insane.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's so good. What the fuck? I don't know who asked chat for Doctora Pollo Judge, but I shall provide. People call him Doctora Pollo.
Wait, Dr. Chicken?
Yeah. That's really funny. Logos with hey guys, Leaf Erikson Day, Trucy dressed up Apollo. Oh, and So is here. Who is the Phantom? He's the true culprit. Trucy, why do I have to wear this again?
Because it's Leaf Erikson Day.
You know Viking helmets don't actually have horns.
Come on, Apollo. It's the spirit of it.
Okay. Yay.
You gotta get into the holiday spirit.
We've got the Kristoff pose in the quote. I mean, he was his mentor first, after all. Yeah. Evidence is everything. And speaking of mentors, in his first case, the culprit was his trusted mentor, so why wouldn't he doubt a coworker? But he wants to trust her so much, but he can't. That's actually, this is great. I really love this third one. Like the drama of it, the tension, the angles. Very good. Clownish Froggo with all my drawings I've done in the last week. I forgot that what Athena looked like, but I'm already done and I'm too tired to change it. I mean, that looks like an Athena to me. Yeah, this is very good.
Very good.
And me as Pearls, I was on a budget. Don't judge my cosplay and face expression skills. Also, I look 5. Wow. No, that's so good. Hell yeah. Genuinely, I can see the pretzel hair in the background, so I think you fucking nailed it. Amazing. Amazing. Maple Void, with first time sending anything here. I've been watching for a while and seeing all the end of art for stream has inspired me to draw, even if I haven't done so in years. So here's some Blackwell I did yesterday and Apollo from just now. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm happy that us doing this motivated you to draw again. And also, this is fucking
awesome.
great. What? This is really good.
Yeah.
You haven't drawn in years?
Very.
That's fucking like riding a bike. This is crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say he must have had the weighted training pencil or something.
You had a weighted wristband to hold your art skills down, and now you're back. This is really good. Hell yeah. TK, whoa! Oh my god, so good!
Yeah, and it's in Scrundle.
Yeah, it's in Scrundle. Who's Lila mentioned, so I gotta make something with the Scrundle palette we know and love. Yo, go watch our fucking Who's Lila Let's Play. So good.
Yeah.
I finally could catch the stream on time. I've been dealing with an awful sleep schedule lately, so it's good to finally make some art for y'all again. Also pretend that I purposely didn't draw Fulbright's shades so you can move his facial features around like Will. I totally didn't forget to draw them. No, this is so good. I love this. I love this a lot. Eric Bennington with potential Phantom spoilers, but I think it's okay.
Yeah, it's
totally. It's the truth. I mean,
You thought Bobby Fulbright was the Phantom, but it was I. Look at me. Sorry.
God, incredible. Fucking incredible. And we got a Chrono Wizard. Some sketches based on last stream, I think. Kind of rushed the last couple, but I had to include them for y'all. Metapsych's evolutionary line. Yo, the Pokemon. That's so good.
Oh, cute.
I really like that.
I like that.
Like working her little like hair piece into the design, like the Japanese inspired theming. And, like, Athena's shape, the Gaxa logo. Very, very cool.
Sorry, sir, but there isn't much room to work with.
I need 6 feet to operate this hunk of jump, so make way.
Nice going, Mr. Wright. I'm here too.
Mr. Wright, it's getting cramped in here. This reminds me of the Cyclock room.
Is that Mike Meekins?
I think it's supposed to be him. Yeah, this it looks like his hat.
Help!
And then Franziska taking a picture.
Are you going to be alright, Mr. Wright?
Sure thing! Occupational hazard!
Uh-huh.
Boy, am I glad we're in here and they're out there and he's the detective and...
Wow, what a good deep cut reference. The fucking Scooby-Doo. Boy, am I glad.
Boy, am I glad that he's out there and we're in here and I'm there and we're out here and... I want to see a lawyer.
Fucking Mr. Hat.
I'll handle this, Ted. You're upsetting my client. Look at his face. This constitutes harassment, so please give him some space.
I love that even Trucy's laughing at him. They're just mocking his ass. Oh my god, the follow-up bit.
Welcome to the next 25 years of your life.
That's so brutal. Also the fact that she has like her little like back arm thing reaching through the glass so Mr. Hat can be behind the glass with him. It's so good. Alright folks, we'll be back. Whenever you tune in next time, you're all the best. Have a good night. Be excited for the finale.